Good day, all my people. Oyinbo for you. I'm very happy to see you again and again coming back to this channel for more recipes. It really makes me so happy. Thank you for all the comments, likes, all the motivation you are giving me. So I've been requested several times to make this video about Nigerian puff puff. That's why I'm going to show you how to fry Nigerian puff puff today. And one thing I need to tell you before I start showing you how to do it is that in Poland we have a special dish which is called Pączki, which is really similar to Nigerian puff puff, and that's why I think my Nigerian and my Polish audience will love this recipe, because I will add a little bit tuning to your Nigerian puff puff so it can be really a little bit similar to my Polish Pączki. And one very interesting fact about it is that we in Poland even have a special day for that thing, which in that day everybody's eating only Pączki. So really Polish people love Pączki just like Nigerians love puff puff. So I really hope you will like and enjoy this video really more than others. Let's get started. So to make our puff puff we will need following ingredients, which is flour. This is a Polish flour dedicated especially to Pączki, which I was talking about just now. That's Pączki right there. That means the flour will be so good for the puff puff, I hope. Then some sugar. I'm using brown sugar here. It's about 4 tablespoons of sugar there. About half teaspoon of salt. Some freshly grated nutmeg, which is about maybe 1 teaspoon there. And some ginger powder. Then some yeast, and I prefer to use fresh yeast. Then some water. So that's the base for the puff puff. And for the covering, the coating, I will use some icing sugar and some cinnamon. And then for the inside stuffing, I will use some pudding and some milk. So let's get started. So the first step we are going to take is to dissolve the yeast with milk. And the milk has to be a little bit warm, but it cannot be too warm because that will kill the yeast. So this is the yeast. We'll use maybe about a half of it. So just crush the yeast. It smells incredible. And then we add our milk. Remember, it has to be warm milk. About maybe half a glass, maybe 3/4 of a glass. And then we want to add a tiny bit of sugar for the yeast to have food to grow, because yeast love every sugarish thing. So we dissolve the yeast. I should dissolve pretty easy. And you want to cover it with clean washed kitchen cloth and put it in the dark, calm and warm place for about 10 minutes. Don't cover it tightly because the yeast has to breathe also. Remember, they are a live organism, and to work they need things which a live organism needs. So let's put it aside for about 10 minutes. So in the same time our yeast are growing, we will make the base for the dough. So we need about 350 grams of flour. That's a bit too much. 350 right here. I don't know if you can see that. Then we add the dry ingredients, which is the nutmeg, the ginger, salt and the sugar. So we add it all. And we mix it very well. So the dry ingredients can really get connected with each other and work very well later for our puff. So let's wait for our yeast now. Now we will make our sprinkle for the top. That's gonna be very easy. 2 big spoons of icing sugar, maybe let's put 3. And 1/2 a spoon of a cinnamon. I'll just mix it through. Maybe I'll use my hand. Just mix it truly. So that's it right here. Very nice. It will wait for us here until later. So to make the stuffing for the puff puff, we will need to prepare the pudding. So for that we will need about 1/2 liter of milk, which has to boil to be ready to add the pudding mix. So as you can see, our milk is boiling right now and we need to switch it off and add the inside of this bag after about 1 minute. You also need to take it off the fire because it will keep boiling and we don't want that. It's supposed to be hot, boiling, but not rising boiling. So when the milk is already calm, after about 1 minute after boiling it, I want to add the insides of this bag and stir it quickly very well. So our stuffing is ready. So let's now create the dough. So here is our yeast, as you see. It grew very well. So now to this flour and the dry ingredients we will add water slowly. And the yeast. Try and make the dough very smooth as it's possible. We'll need to add a little bit of more flour, just a bit. Okay, so this is ready. Looks pretty smooth and fine. So now we're taking our clean kitchen cloth and we want to cover it for about 35 to 40 minutes. Again, in a dark place, quite warm place, quiet place, and we don't seal it tightly. So see you when it grows. So after about 40 minutes of growing this yeast dough for our puff puff, it should look like this. I don't know if you see, it's kind of jelly. So now we will proceed to frying it. So in the deep pan or a pot, we need to heat up about 1 liter, maybe a little bit more of oil. It should be about 10 centimeters deep. So this is almost 2 liters which I've used right now, 1.7 liter. So we have to be really sure that this oil is very hot before we drop our dough inside. So when we are 100% sure that this oil is hot enough, we want to grab some dough in our hand and squeeze it in like this. And to flip them over from time to time so they can get brown, golden brown on each side. They just really need a few minutes. So when you see that they are golden brown on both sides, on each side, you can take them out onto a kitchen cloth so the oil can soak out a little bit. So officially, that's the final stage of Nigerian puff puff. It's lovely inside. Let me show you. Just like Pączki. But I'm going to take this puff puff today to entirely another level. I've already prepared some baking sleeve. If you don't have one, get one, because that's a good tool in the kitchen. Inside is the pudding I prepared before for the stuffing. So what I'm going to do now is to inject these lovely babies with the stuffing like this. Oh, please try and let them cool down for a while before doing it. I'm trying to choose the ones I fried in the first set. See? Now we want to sprinkle them with some icing sugar and cinnamon. For them to finally look like this. Isn't that just beautiful? Begging for it, in it. Let me show you the beauty of this thing inside. Oh. Please, so if you are on a diet, avoid this, you know. This is highly unrecommended for people on a diet. Yeah, so that's the lovely puff puff tuned by a little bit of Polish whey. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you like the video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.